Hi, I'm Peter, the CEO of ComCrop. It's been a little over 3 months since my last video and I thought I should update you. So here we're still inside Singapore's first and only rooftop greenhouse. We've been working really hard through the circuit breaker time to continue to grow vegetables and get them into the Fair Price supermarkets and also on Fair Price online, and they're also available on Redmart online. It's been really difficult working through all the additional safety procedures that we have to do to grow food and also to travel in the COVID time, but we've managed to get through it and increase our capacity as much as we can. And we've also increased our basil capacity because O-Farm stopped a couple of months ago. So we wanted to make sure that you can get hold of fresh, locally grown, pesticide-free basil in the Singapore stores. And like I said, you can get that at Fair Price and also Redmart. And actually, if you're a Redmart online customer, we have this brand new version which is a live version of our basil, which you can put in your, like a glass of water in the kitchen, and this will last even longer than it does in the fridge. And then you can just use the leaves for your fresh cooking. Fantastic. And then when it's all used up, please buy some more because we have plenty, so you can get some more. So as I said, we've been working through the circuit breaker. We've also been working really hard on our expansion plans. And I wanted to tell you that we will be expanding out the next phase of this rooftop for an additional 2,000 square meters of greenhouse space over the other side of this rooftop. That'll increase our capacity for chrysin and also other leafy greens. And that should come online before the end of this year. We're working really hard. It's really important to be able to do that. And that will increase our capacity to over 200 tonnes per year just from this site. And that's not an easy thing to do. But we've worked out how to do it with a combination of our cost-saving advantages of being rooftop, so we have less need for electricity for LED lighting, but we have embraced some of the technology that you would normally see in an indoor farm, which is things like robotics and automated systems. We'll be using those in our new expansion to be able to increase capacity to max out the volume that we can send to the supermarket, which is really important. And that's where you come in. We really need your support to buy SG produce, whether it be vegetables like what we're growing and all the other Singapore farmers are growing, and also eggs and fish. Please support the local farmers. When you see the SG logo, please buy it, especially if we're price competitive. The food choices you make in the supermarket today is helping guarantee your food security in the future. We're not going to have food security in Singapore until we can increase our production capability to make it so that we can survive situations when supply is disrupted, like what we've been experiencing the last few months. That's why at ComCrop, we've always worked to produce the food cost effectively, because as far as I'm concerned, it doesn't matter how much capacity you have, if the food's not affordable, we haven't achieved that goal. So it's really important that as we grow out our growing capacity, that we make sure that the food stays affordable. Now, it's going to be difficult. Our expansion is going to cost millions of dollars to be able to do that, but it's an investment into the future to make sure that we can increase the food supply in Singapore and make sure that it's affordable. I also want to thank all the people that have been emailing us and also contacting us on Facebook and Messenger to ask whether they can volunteer and also do tours of the farm. Again, I'm sorry we can't do that right now because of the COVID lockdown, and in fact the only reason I'm not wearing a mask is I'm here all alone today. Okay? We have to be really careful about that. The good news is that we are working to build another site in the next couple of months which will allow us to do community events again, which will allow us to do more training and also volunteer events. And eventually we hope to welcome volunteers back here to the Woodland side as well. Also, I wanted to explain the difference about what we are doing. There's been a lot of excitement recently about rooftop farming, and that's wonderful. The more farms there are, especially urban farms growing produce for the community, the better. But I have to explain the difference between a greenhouse and also growing in the open air. It's really important for us to have this greenhouse, and it's a really expensive thing to do, and I can tell you, if we didn't have to do it, we certainly wouldn't. We have much more control over our climate. We can control the pests without the use of pesticides because we are growing in a greenhouse environment. If you grow in the open air, so if you just put potted plants or you put growing systems on top of a car park, you are going to have to fight pests, which means you may have to resort to pesticide use. Now that's something that we're not willing to do, because as far as we're concerned, we need to make sure that we're producing chemical-free, pesticide-free produce for the Singapore community. And we can only do that in the controlled environment of a greenhouse, or to do that in an indoor farm. Which brings me to the next thing. We plan to build more rooftop farms, and we're also planning to build controlled environment vertical indoor farms very soon as well, which we're really excited about. This is all with the goal of increasing the volume of Singapore-produced vegetables to make sure that we are self-sufficient as much as possible. Because What we've been going through now with the whole COVID situation has really exposed some of the weakness in the global supply food chain, and Singapore is very lucky. We always rank very high in the food security tables because we have such a diverse range of supply from around the world. So many different countries supply to Singapore. But we've noticed that every single country in the world has had different issues, so supply has still been disrupted pretty much from everybody, some more consistently than others, and some have been able to get on top of it. But what it's shown is that we must be self-dependent. We need to be able to grow enough of our own food here in Singapore to feed our own community, and we need to be able to do it affordably. And that's why it's really important for us to be able to use a combination of modern technology and cost-effective growing techniques to be able to produce produce at a similar price as what's coming in from across the causeway. If we don't do affordable produce, we don't have food security, and it's really important to make sure we do that well. So in summary, I just wanted to thank you very much again for supporting us in supermarkets. Please remember to buy our fresh produce on the shelves at fair price, and also on Fair Price Online and on Redmart. And remember this little baby here. This is wonderful. We're really proud of it, and we hope to do more of this and different sizes on Redmart very soon, and hopefully into Fair Price as well. Use them up, buy more, support local farmers, support ComCrop, and you'll be supporting yourself and the community as well. And I look forward to sharing some exciting news of our expansion very soon and letting you know how you can get involved. Again, thank you so much. We couldn't do this without you. Look forward to speaking to you soon.